Alright. Double checking everything looks good. Okay. Good. Perfect. Alright, welcome back everybody to Pokemon Colosseum. Hardcore Deathless Nuzlocke. So far, been going pretty good. We did have a little bit of a disaster last time. We didn't lose the run or anything, but... Hold on. There we go. But we came close a couple of times to potentially losing the run, because Mirror B, that was a very bad and pretty unlucky fight. Got through it, we got double crit, and then I think there was like, I needed to crit with Shadow Rush at some point, and I did not crit. That's a pretty low chance for that to happen since I was in hyper mode. It was a disaster. But we got through it, didn't die, we're still going strong. You know, with the early game, that stuff is just going to happen, and it's going to continue to happen today, because there's another fight coming up that's also going to be pretty hard, so we'll see how that goes, but for now, we've snagged 15 Pokemon. We failed to catch 2 so far. That was Quillfish and Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo, there was practically like no way I was going to be able to catch that thing, and the Quillfish was pretty unlucky too. I threw like, I think I threw 5 Great Balls at it. And I don't know exactly what the chance was to catch. Sorry. But I think it was relatively, you know, decent odds. And we just didn't catch it. So pretty unfortunate. But sometimes that's just how it goes. Pokemon for you. So anyway. The next thing on the agenda, we unlocked a gate village, but we're trying to level grind a little bit. Specifically, we're trying to level grind Espeon and Plusle here. We want to get them up in levels for when we do this fight, because the highest level Shadow Pokemon I have is 33. And Hitmontop, which is going to be the Shadow Pokemon we're going to be facing against in the next fight, is going to be level 38. So you're definitely going to want to level up anybody who can level up and have them ready for the fight. I'm not going to bother with Umbreon, though, because Umbreon is a dark type. It's not going to do well against Hitmontop, who's a fighting type. So we're just going to focus on Espeon and Plusle here for now. Alright, so let's go ahead. Keep fighting. We were fighting this guy. Not only is this guy pretty safe to fight against, but also pretty easy to fight against too. Like, you know, it gives good EVs for both Espeon and Plusle. He gives special attack EVs if you didn't know. Alright. Yeah. And I think I have Macho Brace on... No, I have it on Espeon. Let me put that on Plusle now. There we go. Alright. So it's going to be a little bit grindy today. But that's alright. Sometimes it's going to have to be like that. But yeah, we're trying to just level up Espeon and Plusle specifically. We want to get them to about level, I would say 37 would be a good level to get to. Alright, so let's do... Well, actually, with Macho Brace, Plusle's going to be slow now. So is the best thing to do... I think it's still best to do this. I'm pretty sure Espeon can't kill Psyduck, but it can kill Horsey. Psyduck has pretty good special defense. Tail Whip. Alright. So yeah, fighting, like, this trainer, pretty quick and easy to beat, but yeah, we're gonna have to fight against him a couple more times, because Scrub is level 38 for his Hitmontop. And he's also a very hard fight otherwise. He has, like, the other Pokemon he has Geodude, who can be a problem depending on who you have in your lead slot. He's got Clamperl, not really that scary, but it does have Waterfall, so that's not irrelevant. And then Why-Not, which is probably the scariest thing, because it has Shadow Tag, and that prevents you from swapping out. And that's not great. That's not great at all. So I think the goal is going to be, when we do the fight, I'm going to have, I'm probably going to have Plusle, or no, I'm going to have Mantine and Espeon lead, and just have like Plusle and Croconaw be in the back. Because they're probably bulky enough to take a hit if he doesn't lead with Why-Not and doesn't trap me in. I think Mantine and Espeon make the most sense because Clamperl can't do anything to Mantine, and Espeon's got pretty good special defense, and then you got Geodude would just die to Bubble Beam. And the hope is, you know, Espeon should be able to take it down to low HP and not kill it, and we'll go for the catch. Also, how are you doing, Carolina? Colosseum, Nuzlocke, good stuff. It's hard. It's hard. I've never actually done a Deathless run of Colosseum before. I've tried in the past off stream, and I wouldn't say I got close. I really wouldn't say I got close. The closest I ever got was one run where I made it to the final fight, the final two fights that you had to do back to back, with only one death. And then in that final fight I lost 2 more Pokemon, so that was the closest I've ever gotten, was losing 3 Pokemon. Never actually have gone the whole distance, but hoping to do it this time. I've got a lot of information at my disposal. I feel more confident now because, you know, the last time I attempted Pokemon Colosseum was probably a good 2 or 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago. So I'm hoping it goes better than the past attempts. And I think it will. The main problem with Colosseum, though, is the early game. The early game, there's like so many things that can just be a disaster. I mean, we've already had one fight that was a pretty big disaster. That was Mirror B's fight. I can imagine it's tough, yeah. Yeah, it's brutal. Honestly, like, the mid-game's pretty easy. Because, like, I would say, like, Dakim and Venus, there's pretty reliable strategies to beat them. But when you get to Ein onward, that's kind of the hard part of the game. And then especially like the early game, because you have to catch all the shadow Pokemon, and they're not easy to catch by any means. But so far the only like big Pokemon I missed out on was Qwilfish. Qwilfish surprisingly would actually have been really good, because out of all the shadow Pokemon you get before Mirror B, fake tier, nah, I don't care about that. Out of all the shadow Pokemon you get before Mirror B, Qwilfish has the highest base attack stat. I'll definitely be hanging in chat. This is my favorite Pokemon game besides Black and White and Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Yeah, Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky is absolutely fantastic. I love that. My favorite Pokemon game is probably like Pokemon Crystal, the Gen 2 era. I love Gen 3 though, like both of them are, you know, 1 and 2 for me. But Colosseum, very good game. It's so sad that after XD they didn't make any more games that were similar in the future. But I mean, I guess in Pokemon Go they added Shadow Pokemon. I don't play Pokemon Go anymore though, but I have people who still do, so I've talked to them about it. Yeah, but right now it's just grinding, so nothing too impressive on the screen. But we're gonna be grinding up to like level 37-ish, and then once we're at that level, we'll probably go and try to fight Scrub. And hopefully, if all goes fantastic, we can try to catch Hitmontop. But I'm not expecting it. I mean, Hitmontop, it's a good Pokemon if you can get it because it has Intimidate. But yeah, I don't know if it's worth risking this run. Alright, keep going. Big thing is that Plusle is like it's considered a trade Pokemon, so it'll be getting more XP. So it probably will get to level 37 before Espeon does, which will be nice. Scratch. Alright, good job. I'll probably do one more fight and then I'll heal up just to be extra careful. I don't really think we have to be that careful, but wouldn't be bad. It's cool, but I kind of stopped playing the video games after anything on Switch. Yeah, I mean, Pokemon definitely hasn't been on a great trajectory as of late. The games that I've played on the Switch, I think I've only played Violet and Brilliant Diamond. Didn't play the Legends game, didn't play Sword and Shield. And I can attest it's not very good. Like it's still Pokemon. So at its core, I still think you can find some enjoyment in the game. But one of the worst things that they got rid of, at least in my opinion, they got rid of the Battle Tower. And that was so fun. Like, that's been a thing all the way back in Gen 2, right? Like, that you can go and fight, like, AI trainers, but they have, you know, better movesets, better Pokemon, actual, you know, competitively viable stat spreads, like, all that such. And then they got rid of it in, like, I think Gen 8. I don't know why. Also, I'm surprised Qwilfish has the highest attack stat at this point. Sad, but true. He does, yes. 95 is the highest attack stat of any Pokemon. Technically, Meditite. Meditite has pure power. So, it is possible Meditite has more attack effectively. But if we're just talking about base stat-wise, Qwilfish is the highest attack stat, yes. I'm gonna go heal up. And it's a big deal too, because Qwilfish, you know, with being a water poison type, against Mirror B's Ludicolo's, like, he's resistant to water, neutral to grass. He works well in the rain too. If he has Swift Swim, especially, he'll be able to outspeed everything. And Shadow Rush can actually kill if it crits, which is pretty likely to happen when you're in Hyper Mode. But missing out on him really sucked, because all of my Pokemon couldn't one-shot Ludicolo, and then 2 of his Ludicolo crit water gun in the rain, and it wasn't great. I had to risk like 2 critical hits. And yeah, I just barely got out of the fight, so yeah. I know Scarlet Violet has some redeeming stuff, and I love the music in new Pokemon. You can't justify wasting my time with a trash game like that. Yeah, I mean, it's so sad too, because like, I actually feel like Violet had a lot of really cool ideas, right? Especially like terrestrialization is an interesting mechanic. Especially in competitive. I mean, competitive, it's completely shaped that scene over there. But yeah, it's just like the game itself just isn't great. Like it doesn't feel. I guess like the best thing to say is it doesn't feel like there's any passion or love put into the game. It just feels like it exists. I wouldn't really say empty, because it has stuff in it, but I don't know. There just feels like there's something missing, you know, and I mean, there's a lot missing, really. But yeah, the new Pokemon were cool. Music, I mean, Pokemon with music is always pretty good. Yeah. I hope you won't have too much trouble whooping Mirabes, but yeah, well, Mirabes, yeah, we'll have to fight him later on. Yeah, I already fought him once. We got through it. But yeah, we're gonna have to fight him later on. I don't think he'll be that hard. The big thing is, because we didn't catch Sudowoodo, he's gonna have it again when we fight him in Realgam Tower. And the funny thing is, it's still gonna be level 35 when we fight him, and like I think at that point, like all the Pokemon are gonna be like level 50 or so. So he's basically gonna have like one Pokemon that's complete dead weight on his team. If I took out if I caught Sudowoodo from him, I would have I think he would have had like one different Pokemon instead in place of it, and it would have been way better than Sudowoodo because it would actually be properly leveled. So the fight should be easier. Also, I don't think Mirror B is really hard when you get to fight him later on, because it still has like the Ludicolo Rain Dance strat, and you have more counterplay at that point in the game. Like right now, you don't have anything for canceling out weather or, you know, really building a team that kind of synergizes together. Once we get access to the Under and we get Protect, that's going to be a massive game changer, because then you got like, you know, Protect with Earthquake. You can do just like, if you know someone's getting targeted, you protect with them and then you attack with the other, because the AI loves to double attack in this game. Like I wouldn't say they're easy to exploit, but they definitely have a more predictable AI compared to some of the other Pokemon games, at least in my opinion, when doing double battles. Alright, is this gonna get us to level 32? No, not quite. The big thing is, though, we're getting some special attack EVs on our Pokemon. This Espeon is really cracked. It got perfect IVs and a plus special attack nature, which is pretty absurd. The rest of its IVs aren't that great, but at least it's got that going for it. And really, when you're using Espeon, all you want to do is damage. Alright. This fight should get us to 32. Plusle's already at 30. Yeah, Plusle's definitely going to get to 37 before Espeon. Competitive is pretty cool, but I've been into the TCG for a few years now. I really recommend trying the card game. It involves lots of strategy and resource management. I've been enjoying it a lot. For card games, the only card game I've ever really gotten into was Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really didn't get into it that seriously. I played like Duel Links, like the app that they made for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just kind of like goofed off, had fun with that, played with a couple of friends, and we did a lot of duels where we basically we use like anime decks, like decks that it fixed. I don't know. I can't hear anything out of my headset now. 1 second. Gotta figure out why that's happening. It says the output device is correct. Interesting. Let me go save really quick. I don't know what just happened, but yeah. Anyway, what I was saying was we would do like anime deck battles where we would use like Yugi, Joey, Kaiba's deck, and we would all like play against each other, just kind of have fun like that. Nothing serious or anything. All right, let me go ahead and figure out what is going on really quick. Clearly I'm talking out of the headset, but I'm not hearing anything, and I don't think the stream is picking up anything from the desktop audio either, so okay. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, I tried to stop the emulation, and then the sound came back. So I don't know what that was. Alright, we're good. Not sure what happened there. No big deal. But yeah, for card games, I've also played like Slay the Spire, which is like a deck builder kind of game. That was pretty fun. For me though, I think I'm probably more. I was hearing the music a second ago, but now nothing. Yeah, I think it's fixed now. Because it looks like it's picking it up. Looks like it's picking it up. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wasn't hearing anything. But the games that I'm more interested in is like CRPGs, like Divinity, Original Sin 2. Probably one of my favorite like turn-based combat systems. And then like JRPGs like Persona. Or like the Trails franchise. Those were pretty fun too. And then of course there's Pokemon. Specifically like old school Pokemon though, like, you know, I would say gens 2 through I would go all the way to 7. I know that's not technically old school like 7, but I do like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon to do Nuzlocking for. It's a very hard game to Nuzlocke, but it also is really fun because of the just sheer encounter diversity that you get in those games. Alright. Slowly getting there. There are better trainers to, like, grind against, but I think just for, like, getting the effort values I want, and especially because, like, Plusle, you really want to make sure that you get, like, maximized special attack. This is fine for now. When Plusle gets to 37, though, I'll probably go to fight a different trainer with Espeon. See if they give a lot more or not. Should get Plusle to 31. Another big thing to note about like these games compared to the newer Pokemon games, the animations are a lot better. Charge, I don't really think that matters. This and then Battle Revolution in Gen 4 were really good for their time. And I do think they are making they're making, like, I don't remember what the game's called, but, like, a Pokemon competitive, like, only kind of game, kind of like Battle Revolution. So we'll see how that goes. I had to move to another town last year and was like, nope, I'm not going to make it without a local Pokemon TCG League, so I had to set up one in my new hometown. Oh, that's nice. Very good. So do you play, like, competitively, or do you just kind of play more casually? Because that's pretty cool. All right. How much money is he giving me too? I gotta figure out how much money I'm getting for each battle. Probably not a ton. I mean, I don't really think a team that consists of Psyduck and Horsey is gonna give much more than like 300 or 350. We'll see. Right? Disable. Of course, we're gonna waste my time with this animation. I played more RPGs when growing up. It would be nice to get back to playing more of those again. What would you recommend? Well, if you like Pokemon, I think a good like starter if you want to get into like JRPG, I think a good starter is always Persona. Persona's pretty beginner friendly. And it does still have kind of that monster collecting element to it. Basically, you collect shadows that are referred to as personas. And there's pretty like good in-depth mechanics with it. It's nothing like too special. Like there's not like, you know, attack stages like there is in Pokemon where you can like set up to +6 and then sweep everything, right? Like pretty much it's like attack up, attack neutral, attack down, right, kind of thing. So it's a little bit more bare bones with that, but there is still some really cool builds that you can do and a fair amount of challenge with some of the games. They are really long though. They are very long to beat. And there is an element of kind of like time management, like hanging out with confidants and such, and it does have a pretty high emphasis on story. So yeah, if that turns you away, if you just want gameplay, just raw gameplay, if you are interested in games that have like a ton of depth and have like a relatively decent learning curve, I would always recommend Divinity Original Sin 2. That is such a blast to play. It takes a long time to really understand it. Like, you will absolutely be bad at the game for a fair amount of it, but you'll learn as you play. And by like the midpoint of the game, you should be able to make some like really, really fun builds. Not super competitively, but I do want to do well in challenges and cups for sure. I've been enjoying teaching kids to play lately. It's been fun. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what like my approach was when I was playing like competitive Pokemon in like Gen 6. Never really took it super seriously. I always just played it for the most part casually. I did want to win, right? And I tried, but I never really like used any like broken team or like, you know, the meta. I like going like anti-meta and also trying to sprinkle in my favorites into everything. Was Persona from Atlas? I used to hate their art style, but it's cool. If the game is good, I don't care. I always appreciate a good story. Well, if you don't like the art style or anything like that, perfectly fine. It is pretty flashy, depending on what Persona game that you play. But I would say if you want like the complete package for Persona, I would probably say Persona 5 is the best. And yeah, I will say when I was first playing Persona, the first Persona game I played was Persona 5. I played the vanilla one. Probably you should do Royal though if you do play Persona. It took a good while to kind of get used to the transitions they do because it's very colorful, right? A very vibrant game, and I don't know, my eyes were not used to that kind of game. But I think it wears on you. I think eventually, you know, you kind of learn to appreciate it. At least it was for me. And the story is pretty good, especially in Royal. If you do Royal, the story is really good because they added like a whole extra month to the game's story. And if you're able to do like the minimum requirements to unlock that extra month, it's very good. Some pretty good plot twists in it. There's also some predictable plot twists, but I think that's kind of by design. But those are always like the games that I recommend because it's pretty like easy to get into. So if you're someone who likes a challenge, I think you can get a challenge from Persona. Probably not like, it's not going to be anything too crazy. Like, you'll probably pick up the game and learn it pretty quickly if you play on a hard difficulty, but if you're ever stuck, you can always lower the difficulty. And it does have, like, pretty much, like, game journalist mode, where I think it's like you get, like, infinite revives. Like, you can just, like, if you die in combat, you come back to life. The only problem with Persona, though, if you do go for it, only problem, if the main character dies in battle, it's a game over. And I don't like that feature. I feel like, are your teammates just incapable of saving you? Do you not have revive items? I recall that Persona 5 has some funky music. Oh, heck yeah. I would honestly say it's probably my favorite soundtrack. And I don't really say that lightly. There's a lot of great soundtracks that I've listened to. Oh yeah, there are some absolute bangers in that one. My favorite is Rivers in the Desert. From the looks of it, probably we're gonna have to be grinding for another thereabout 50-ish minutes, I would say. 40-ish, 40 to 50. So I know not a lot happened in this stream, but, you know, sometimes it goes like that. And the sad thing is, even after all this grinding, there is still a chance we could lose the run if Scrub decides to be a scumbag. I don't think I have to always scroll down every time I attack, because Plusle's always gonna go second, so I think I can just attack Horsey with both of them, and then I'll just default to Psyduck after Horsey faints. Yeah, I listen to some games OSTs here and there that ever try in the game itself, but Persona 5 seems to be worth a try then, thanks. It's a good one. It's a very good one. If you do play, though, make sure that you play the Royal version if you want the full experience. Like, the vanilla game is fine, too. Vanilla game is perfectly fine, too. But Royal has a fair amount of improvements to the game. And if you want to do everything in the game, Royal is definitely easier to do everything for. Because in the vanilla game, I'm pretty sure it was like... Because there's like a whole day and night activity kind of system where you spend your day doing something and then you spend your night doing something, right? And really, the game was pretty restrictive in the vanilla game of not letting you do a lot of things at night. So it was kind of hard to get everything in the game done because you just really didn't have a lot of time to do it. You pretty much only had daytime, and nighttime was stripped away from you quite a bit. But in Royal, you can pretty much go out every night and do something. It's pretty big. And there's a lot of story. There is a ton of story. There's also going to be like typical anime tropes as well, though. It's a fair warning. There will be some distasteful moments, to say the least, at times. But that's just like because Japanese humor is kind of it doesn't translate well to the rest of the world. Not all the time. Like, it's nothing too bad. I don't want to make it seem like there's gonna be like some horribly offensive joke or anything like that, but I don't know, I guess the best way to say it is it's kind of like one character being a literal punching bag. I think that's kind of the best way to put it. And sometimes it's deserved, and then sometimes it feels like everybody's kind of out of character for a scene. Man, I do everything in Night Hire. That sounds lame. Yeah, I mean, that's just the vanilla game. That's how it was originally. In Royal, though, it's a lot better. They actually let you do things quite regularly. Anime is fine. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I always have to say that, though, because, you know, like, I don't really watch anime. I think, in total, I've watched 4 anime my whole life. But I love JRPGs. It's a very weird thing. I don't know. So I completely understand like the anime tropes and such. Like I 100% understand all that, but yeah, I don't really get a ton of anime references though. The only ones I get are like the ones I see from like memes and such, or ones that like my friends tell me about, because I do have a couple of friends that watch anime. A lot of times they'll be talking to me though about stuff, and I'll be looking like Psyduck out here. I'll just have the weirdest blank stare. I'm like, what? What are y'all talking about? I also haven't been paying attention to how much money I'm getting. I like made a comment about I wonder how much money I'm getting every time I'm fighting this guy, and then I completely forgot to even look. Again, it's probably not that much, but it'll add up. Be able to buy more, you know, Pokeballs, and maybe start getting healing items just so I don't have to keep going back to the Pokemon Center every time. Alright, I think I'll go heal after the next fight with him. Probably could keep going, but that's okay. Alright, so he gives how much money? $480. That's, I mean, more than I thought. Pretty much means every 2 times I fight him, I get about $1,000. Pretty nice. And I've definitely fought this guy way more than 2 times. I think so far probably fought him close to about 60 times. The stream was a few minutes behind for me. YouTube streaming is so confusing. Sometimes I'm used to Twitch and not being able to play back the stream while it's live. Oh. Oops. Yeah. I mean, I did notice your comments were like, you know, probably about a minute and a half, 2 minutes behind. That's no big deal though. You're fine. I'll just yap to myself in the meantime. Oh well, I'll cut up now. Sorry if the chats were weird. It's fine. I'm used to it. There's been a lot of people who have just like kind of dropped in and kind of talked for a little bit. And yeah, it's always funny because it's like I'll ask them a question or I'll answer a question, then it'll be like 2 minutes before they reply. You're not the only one. Alright, this will get Plusle to 34. And officially, I think Plusle's going to overtake Espeon for level progression by the end of level 35 here. Alright. Honestly, I was looking for a certain playthrough of Colosseum just to listen to while I draw, but stumbled upon your stream. I mean, hey, however it works out, right? I mean, it's a pretty fun conversation that we're having right now. Sometimes it can get lonely when, you know, you just stream to like one or two people and no one comments, but I try to at least fill it with something, you know, if no one's talking. I usually don't watch lives on YouTube at all. Yeah, I stream on both YouTube and Twitch. I've had probably more engagement though on YouTube though. This channel I've had for 16 years now. I think it's been 16 years. It's either 15 or 16. And I used to upload pretty regularly when I was really young. And I'm talking like really young, like I was like, you know, 10 or 11. But then I kind of fell out of love with YouTube. And then years later, just kind of made some like passion projects. And now here I am live streaming just random challenge runs that I've been doing. And I don't stream very often. I usually stream once or twice a week. And it's typically like Tuesdays or Thursdays or both. But yeah, I mean, I think I have like 800, yeah, fantastic number, 800 subscribers on this channel. But that's from 16 years of just being on the platform. I wasn't making any like groundbreaking videos or anything when I was a kid, shocker, but for the most part I was just doing like walkthroughs of like games that I enjoyed in the past. I think I actually did one for Colosseum. Again, I was really young though, so probably was not good at the game at all. Weekly is pretty often, I think. It just subbed. Heck yeah, then we're gonna be at 804, let's go. Yeah, but I've kind of given up on, like, you know, having a career in YouTube or anything like that. It would be hilarious if that actually did happen, but I don't expect it. I do want to make, like, actual, like, highly edited videos, though. It's not going to be often that I would post them, because since it's not like a job or anything, I have to do it on my free time. But yeah, I'm probably planning, like, for this run, if I actually succeed. Honestly, even if I fail, I might still make a video about it, but it depends. I want to make a video of, like, this run and some of the other streamed runs that I did, just talking about in-depth things and, I don't know, deep diving into my own run. But it would be a long time. I did do, like, a video, I think it was 5 or 6 months ago, talking about, like, an Ultra... Is it Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon? I think it was Ultra Moon. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. It was a run that me and 2 other people did. It was like a 3-player Soul Link. Like a randomized Soul Link of Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was Ultra Sun. I think Ultra Moon I did on stream. And then Ultra Sun I just did with them on my off time. I think that's what happened. Probably takes a bit of work these days. You need to post short / some short form content. Probably, yeah. But even then, like, I've probably just given up on really making this kind of a career. Kind of just more for fun. And just to kind of save videos and clips of these challenge runs. Because I've been doing these challenge runs for the past, like, 6 years. But I've only started streaming them, like, recently, like, you know, a couple months ago. But there are some really fun challenge runs I'm excited to get to. I don't want to reveal them just yet, because I think they're going to be really fun when I get to there. And I also need to hopefully get better equipment set up. It's a lovely hobby, yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping to get, like, eventually better equipment set up. Like, obviously the webcam quality obviously isn't very good, so there's a certain webcam that I want to get. And I also need to get, like, a game capture device. Because right now, the only way that I can really stream is through emulator, or if it's like a, you know, a PC game that's not too intensive, because I'm not using, like, a really powerful machine here. But hopefully I can get, like, a video capture device, because there's a lot of games that I want to get to that my computer definitely would not be able to handle. And I think those will be really fun when I can get to them. I always appreciate chill streams to watch while I draw, so grinding is just perfect. Yeah, I mean, really nothing's happening other than just me beating up this guy's poor Horsey and Psyduck over and over and stealing his money. You know, the traditional Pokemon way. But yeah, I mean, most Nuzlockers don't really grind. Most Nuzlockers use like rare candies. And I thought about doing that. The reason why I ultimately decided not to, though, at least not right now, I'm not saying that it won't happen later. We'll see. We'll see. But the reason why I'm not doing it right now is because the Pokemon here do give effort values, right? And I don't think it wouldn't be very smart to not try to put myself in the best position possible for the run. And if you use rare candies, you don't get effort values or anything like that. So I feel like it's best to just do this, because then it helps you for the rest of the run too. So it's like you grind a lot now to have an easier time later. So since it's a really hard challenge, I think it's justified to just not really use rare candies and take your time. I feel bad for the poor duck and seahorse. I don't feel too bad. They apparently have infinite lives, so they just come back. The Nuzlocke rules don't apply to them. They don't die when they faint. They just respawn. Now, if my Pokemon faint, you should definitely feel bad for them, because they don't come back. Not until I start a new game and get them back in the next run. And I think once we beat Dakim, I think all the trainers in Pirate Town, they get like better teams. But the sad thing is that Horsey evolves into Seadra, and Seadra doesn't only give special attack EVs, it also gives defense, which kind of sucks. Mistakes can happen during grinding too, sometimes it's part of the run. That's true. To be fair though, this fight, I don't really think there's any way you could lose. I guess, hypothetically, if you shut your brain off and Psyduck confused both your Pokemon and you hit yourself in confusion every turn for 5 turns, maybe you could lose. But you know, there's a very easy thing you could do, and that's just swap out, you know? Like, for this grinding, there's really no risk. There are definitely risks involved, with other games. Like, I'll never forget, probably my most embarrassing death. In Pokemon X and Y, I think it's Route, what is it? Route... to 8? I think it's Route 8. Pretty sure. It's the one that's like after the cave, before Ambrette Town. Anyway, in the grass you can find Inkay. In Inkay you swagger on my Pokemon. And so I'm like, that's fine. I don't need to swap out, I'll just attack. And then it used Foul Play. So it used my +2 attack stat against me and killed me, and I'm like, well, that was a very preventable death. I could have easily just swapped out and cleared myself of confusion and not had to worry about that, but I stayed in and died a really stupid death. Very good. XY has some brutal random trainer battles. It does, but that wasn't even a random trainer battle. That was a wild. It's even worse. Because, like, wild Pokemon, they just click their moves at random, so it literally picked the best combination of moves. It clicked Swagger, then Foul Play back to back. But that was a very embarrassing death. For some reason, didn't even cross my mind that Inkay would have Foul Play that early. And then when I played Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I think Inkay learns Foul Play at, like, level 9 or something, and I'm like, wow. Yeah. That was a really dumb play. That was a really stupid play. But yeah, the trainers in X and Y, like, random trainers are just... Like, going all the way, Victory Road in X and Y, honestly, I would say that might be the hardest Victory Road. It might be. Black and White does kind of come close because the rival fight is pretty difficult. At least from my experience. But X and Y, the trainers have some absolute behemoths on their team. There's like the one trainer that has Gigalith and it's just so unbelievably cracked. And it's like towards the end and it's a mandatory trainer fight. Evil. It's evil. And then you get to the Elite Four and then you just completely trounce them. But the process of getting there is just such a... It's scary. Contrary Malamar was one of my fave guys in XY when I first played it. Kind of funny, I also had a Malamar on my first team when I went through X and Y casually. Very fun ability, yes. It's especially fun on a Pokemon like Superior, right? Or Superior, depending on how you pronounce it. I don't know. Pokemon names, don't quiz me on how you pronounce them. I would fail that test. I would flunk that, absolutely. But yeah, he's really fun to do with Contrary and Leaf Storm. Awesome Pokemon. I would have no idea. I'm from Finland and we pronounce everything a bit weirdly. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I don't think anyone really has correct opinions on how you pronounce Pokemon names. There's some that are obvious, like Horsey, pretty obvious. Psyduck, pretty obvious, right? But yeah, there's a couple that it's like, eh. Tomato, tomato, say whatever you want, doesn't matter. As long as you're, able to pronounce it even remotely like how it's spelt, people will understand you. Also, sorry if my English is broken at times. No, you're perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Honestly, you probably speak English better than some people I know. Sad but true. I love the fact that Paris means the best in Finnish. Oh, really? I can promise you, he does not live up to that title. He does not live up to that title. Although, I will say this. With Parasect, the cry for Parasect sounds very similar to Mewtwo. So maybe it's like mimicking the best Pokemon out there. I think we can get rid of Return. I don't really think I'm ever going to click this move. Ever. I want to keep Confusion for now because when we fight Hitmontop, I think Psybeam can likely kill, but Confusion won't. And if we're trying to catch it, then I'd rather have Psybeam. I mean, Confusion for that. I'm hoping we have a good hidden power type as well with everybody. Probably the best hidden power type would be like... It honestly might be Fire. I have that flavor of autism that I memorized the Pokemon cries as a kid. I don't think I can memorize all the cries. I think maybe if you quizzed me, I could maybe get 30% right. And that's maybe. Cries I've never been good at. Tight matchups, base stats, I could probably do pretty well. But yeah, cries, some of them I can do, some of them I can't. Some of them are really close to each other too. We're almost level 37. Actually didn't take as much time as I thought it would, too. I said it would take 40 to 50 minutes, and that was like 30-some minutes ago, so... Probably not going to take too much longer, and then we can actually get to the real fighting. And then we'll go back to grinding after we purify everybody. Because I'm going to need to get Feraligatr and Mantine at the ready. Because Dakim's pretty easy. Dakim's like probably like the easiest, probably the easiest boss trainer in this game. But still got to make sure that you're ready for it. Because especially with Entei, Entei is a annoying Pokemon to have to handle. Going nicely, yep. You also said that you were drawing. What are you drawing? Is it just like a sketch, or is it like more of like actual like fully colored in kind of masterpiece? I need to know if I have, like, the second coming of, you know, Vincent Van Gogh in my chat. Just don't cut off your ear. Please. I don't know if this game had an impact on it, but I always loved Entei as a kid. I still have a collection of Entei card and toys. Entei is a very well-designed Pokemon, but I will never forgive Entei. The pain he caused me in Pokemon Crystal when I was trying to catch him, it was unbelievable. It was so weird because I never found Raikou, but in my first playthrough I found Entei, and so I obviously looked at the Pokedex to figure out where he was. Didn't know how roaming legendaries work, so I always tried to follow him around, and always, because you fly to a new area, he's not there anymore. I think I finally caught on after a unhealthy amount of time. But when I finally did find him, it was pain. Because I did I tried to catch him, and then he ran away, because he's a roaming legendary, that's how they work. And then the next time I encountered him, I used Mean Look. Then I swapped out, because I thought Mean Look just lasted as long as you used the move. No, when you swap out, Mean Look goes away, so it ran away again. And then the next time I found him, I had a Master Ball by that point, so I'm like, you know what? We're gonna use the Master Ball. You wanna know what happened? The PC box was full of Pokemon, and in Gen 2, when that happens, it doesn't default to the next box. It simply releases the caught Pokemon. So, I caught him, but he didn't get transferred to the PC box, so I didn't catch him. So, very fun times. Entei ruined my childhood. He tormented me for way too long. I honestly don't even think I ever caught Entei in that playthrough. I think eventually I gave up hope. I was like, it's not gonna happen. It's not meant to be. Entei has found ways. Sorry, I'm laughing at your pain. It's hilarious to think about now. I have a lot of crazy stories from playing Pokemon as a kid. I used to think when I was really young, I was way too young to be playing Pokemon. I was probably 4 years old. I used to think the move Leer was an attack. I used to think that Leer was the strongest move in the game. And I was just super unlucky and it was never hitting. Because in Pokemon Crystal, the animation for Leer is 2 freaking laser beams coming out of the Pokemon's eye. And when a Pokemon has a defense drop happen, they do this kind of shimmy animation where they shake back and forth. So, because I can't read, because I'm 4, I can't read what it's saying. The whole time, I'm thinking Leer is just missing. Because they're shaking back and forth. I keep thinking that means that it missed. So I keep clicking it, hoping that it hits so it just nukes whatever's on the field. It never does, obviously, because it doesn't do damage. So I just thought I was the most unlucky person in the world. Either that or I thought that it was the rarest event for that thing to actually connect. I kept using it for an unhealthy amount of time. I think we can get rid of Thunder Wave. I don't really think I'm ever gonna click it. Growl is nice for double battles. Thunder could be really good if we do a rain team setup. Yeah, it's pretty bad though. Oh, how you doing, Vernai? Welcome back. That's kid logic, alright. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but that was like always one of the most fun stories to tell people. I think I actually rage quit Pokemon because of that. And then I came back to it when I was like 9. And I'm like, oh shoot. Leer doesn't actually do damage, it just lowers defense. Let's stop clicking that move, and then we'll actually have fun with the game for once. And then Entei ruined my life again, so you know. I'm good, just relaxing after work. That's awesome. Glad to have you in the chat. We were just talking about all sorts of stuff with YouTube chat. Also, you're 37. We can just keep going. Not too much longer to go. Came at a good time, Vernai, because we're almost done grinding at this point. Just a couple more fights, and we can get Espeon up to level 37, and hopefully not lose the run. We'll find out. Kind of funny because I have so many good memories with Generation 2, but I have so many just crazy experiences that happened to me too. I think it's probably because I probably played the Gen 2 games the most of any of the Pokemon games. So obviously I saw all the good and all the bad. And I remember when I did like my 3rd or 4th playthrough of the game, I encountered my first full odds shiny. It was a Sentret, and I had not received Pokeballs yet. So that was fun. It was my first ever shiny, and I couldn't catch it because I didn't have Pokeballs yet. Absolutely tragic. Entei traumatized my friend as well. She picked Bulbasaur and Leaf Green and had no idea roaming legendaries were in the game. She screamed and couldn't touch her GBA for days after running into Entei. That's horrible. Did she just like turn the game off and didn't even find out that Entei just flees on the first turn? That's funny. Yeah, that was a big oof though, finding a shiny, not being able to catch it. I think the first shiny that I ever actually did catch, I think it was Growlithe. I'm pretty sure that was the first one I caught, was Growlithe. That was an awesome first shiny to catch, not to find. Honestly, if I would have caught Sentret, probably wouldn't have used it anyway, but it would have been nice to have. But yeah, Shiny Growlithe I think was my first actual shiny. And now from Nuzlocking, I've played these games so many times that I found so many shinies, it's actually kind of unbelievable. It's still cool when it happens, but it's not as cool when you're like a kid and you experience it for like one of the first times. Wow, Plusle has crit Spark so many times, by the way. I'm only like half paying attention, but it almost seems like every time I look up, when Plusle uses Spark, it crits. I don't know how many times it's done in like the past 10 battles, but I think it's been like 3 times. Again, I'm only half paying attention though, so maybe it's not happening as often as I'm thinking, but it looks like it. I don't remember, but when my friends saw my Entei plushies, it was like, I can't hang out with you anymore. It's so sad. Honestly though, when I was a kid, if I knew you and you had Entei plushies after what he did to me, I don't think we could have been friends either. Entei absolutely harassed me. Maybe, honestly, maybe what I'm seeing is it's super effective, and maybe because I'm only paying attention, it's that message, not a critical hit. Probably. I just find it really funny though, because I found Entei, you know, 4 times back to back to back in that run, and I never found Raikou. Never found him. So finally we're at level 37. I think we are good to actually continue with the game. Let me go heal first. We're good friends now though. That's good. It's a good ending. That is funny. Alright, so I think what we're gonna do, I think I'm going to lead with these guys and clear out the cave, and then once we're all the way through and we're able to fight Scrub, I'm gonna swap to Espeon and Mantine lead. I need to snap Mantine out of hyper mode though, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to use Bubble Beam without it disobeying me. Yeah, not being able to catch a shiny is always tragic. Yeah, it's only happened to me once. Thankfully only happened to me once. But yeah, it did suck. My first full odds shiny was Geodude in Heart Gold Soul Silver, and I was so afraid it would explode. Managed to catch it, but it was intense. Yeah, Geodude's shiny is so weird too. He looks like a freaking Cheeto. There are a lot of like weird shiny alterations. Some of them just look really bad, but some of them also look really cool. Like Charizard's shiny is absolutely one of the best looking shinies in the game. Hey, it's my golden ball. Don't shit on him. Listen. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Who am I to say? But he does look like a Cheeto. You have to agree. Looks like he's made out of cheese. I might lead with Ferd instead. Go double normal type, why not? I love all the green alien shinies like Espeon. Espeon is a pretty good one. Umbreon's also a really cool one too. It doesn't change too much, but like just like changing the yellow circles on it into blue, really awesome. And then there's like lame ones. Like I think it's Flareon, I think, that has a shiny that barely looks any different. I think it's Flareon, I'm pretty sure it is. Either that or it's Glaceon, or maybe both of them. Alright, let's go ahead. I don't really think either of them are too scary. I guess I'll take out Feel first. Good luck, gonna need it. These fights aren't that bad. But when we get to, Scrub, that's gonna be scary. Leafeon is my fave evolution. It's barely any different. Missed opportunity. Yeah, I don't... It's funny, because, like, I probably know what it looks like, but I can't really fully picture it in my head what the shiny coloration is. You know, like, I would totally be able to recognize it if I saw it right now. But yeah, I'm not 100% good with all the shiny alterations. Wait, did it flinch me with Secret Power? Rude. Yeah, no, Secret Power has like random effects depending on where it's used. I guess here it can flinch you. Most of the time it's like it confuses you or paralyzes you. Secret Power is like one of those moves that I could not tell you the full in-depth mechanics of how it works. Like, I know it can do all sorts of wacky secondary effects, but I don't know what the triggers for them are. Could not tell you. I could give you my best guess, but that's about it. It depends on the environment, I think. I'm pretty sure it does. I guess with caves it flinches you. Because I'm pretty sure, like, Umbreon knows Secret Power at the beginning of the game. And I think when you use it in, like, the city, it just confuses people. Oh no, or was that just Nature Power? I think both of them work the same way. Yeah, I'll go for Shroomish first. Yeah, I think both of them work exactly the same way. It's just like they have different effects too. Nature Power, again, another one I could not tell you all of the different move options and where it's applicable. I don't know. I think I have probably clicked Nature Power a total of 3 times in my whole life. I think it's just one more trainer, and then it's gonna be Scrub. And I'll have to get rid of Mantine's Hyper Mode before I do it. Really wish I would have gotten Quillfish. Really wish I would have gotten Quillfish, because that would have been a really good Pokemon to have here. It has good defense, resists fighting, but it's just a shame. I think I threw like 5 Great Balls at it, just never caught it. And I don't know what the chance was to catch, but I think it was like at a third of its health, so it's probably decent odds. Too bad I forgot how to evolve into Overquill. Yeah, right. Well, I do like using like Pokemon that don't really see usage a lot. in runs anyway. And I mean, Quillfish, when on earth do you ever actually look at Quillfish and you're like, I want to use that guy? You never do. Quillfish is absolutely terrible. Like, pretty much in every region that Quillfish is available, Tentacool is available, and that's just objectively better. But in this run, Quillfish actually has some, like, legitimate use case. So, the leads are going to be Espeon and Mantine. We need to put Mantine in daycare. I think that's one way you can clear the hyper mode. Who else do I want to bring? I guess Quag could be good. Might bring Misdreavus too. Highly doubt that we're actually going to have to swap out at all, because there's a non-zero chance that he's just going to lead with Why Not, and then I can't swap at all. But checked from Gen 3 decks on Cerebi, both Secret Power and Nature Power just read, the type attack varies depending on the location. Yeah, I don't know what location causes what effect. But yeah. I'm pretty sure I knew how that, like, the mechanic is supposed to be like that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care about snapping Misdreavus and Quagsire out of hyper mode. I don't really care that much. I am gonna have to do it eventually, though, to, purify them. Where's the daycare, though? Because I have no idea. Oh, this is the daycare. Perfect. Yeah. And then I think if you just put them in and take them out, they are purified, or not purified, but, snapped out of hyper mode, I think. I looked a lot of stuff up about hyper mode from last time, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't spewing nonsense, and I kind of was spewing nonsense. I said, like, last time that hyper mode had a 7 in 8 chance to crit. That's wrong. I don't know where I got that number from. It's, I believe, there's 2 checks for critting with Shadow Rush and hyper mode. There's the normal 1 in 16, and then there's a additional 90% proc. So I think the total odds to crit is 90.625%. Because each of them get rolled, and as long as one of them connects, you crit. So I think that's the correct crit chance. It's not 7 and 8. That's what I said last time, and that's wrong. Oh wait, the text is actually a tiny bit different. Type of attack for Nature Power and effect of attack for your Secret Power. Right. Well, I never read about it, yeah. It's definitely one of those moves that, like, you rarely ever see, like, anywhere. Because, like, trainers don't really have it. Competitive never uses it. I wonder if competitive... Has there ever been a case of one of those moves being used in competitive? Highly doubt Secret Power would have use, but maybe Nature Power has use, depending on what move is used. I don't know. Because if it's like Earthquake or Rock Slide, I could definitely see Nature Power being used, because it probably has more PP than those moves. Maybe? I don't know. Alright, and before I go in, I talk to the berry guy. See if he can give me something like an Oranberry or whatever just to put on somebody. And also, let me take... Oh, I already did. Okay, I took the Matcha Brace off Plusle. Good. That, like, confuses if they have a certain nature. I don't know what nature does what. I'm just not going to put anything on. I don't want to risk confusion proccing, because that would be horrible. I don't really have any item to put on them right now. I don't remember, to be honest, but I love to see spicy text like that. That would be amazing. I know that, what was the combination? It was like Purloin. I think it was Purloin or Liperd. Actually got banned because of assist and dive combination. Because you could use assist, and then if you had a Pokemon on your team that only knew dive or something, it would always pick dive. And because its ability was Prankster, it meant it went first when it used assist, and then dove underwater, became immune to anything except, like, surf, right? And then the next turn, it wouldn't have priority because it no longer is Prankster boosted for the speed. And so you would hit at the end of the turn, and you could basically do, like, a practically infinite combo loop. I think it actually got banned because of that. It's funny. Some really weird gimmicks that were discovered in Pokemon. Anyway, it's time to fight Scrub and hopefully not die to him. Just kidding. It's not time to fight Scrub. I even said out loud that there was going to be another trainer, and then I completely forgot to actually fight them first. Whatever. Baltoy and Ralts. Untouchable underwater cat, I love that, yeah. It's very ironic. Alright, let's, Espeon really can't do anything to these guys. I mean, it's still really strong, but swap. And Quagsire's fine to bring in. Take out Baltoy, hopefully, with Bubble Beam. I don't know if that crit mattered. Maybe it did. Baltoy does have decent special defense. Curlia. Okay. Yeah, let's double team into Curlia. Calm Mind? This thing's gonna set up on me? They're both gonna set up on me? That's crazy. Alright. Highly doubt it would kill me, but I'm just gonna be extra careful. Let's go to Croconaw. Knowing my luck, some stupid thing would happen where I get crit, I get confused, I hit myself in confusion, and I die. No, it would rather go for another Calm Mind. Okay. Alright, now we're ready for Scrub. I think the only person who took damage there was Quagsire, but I'll still go back and heal. It's a fair amount of money that we got. How much money do we have after all that grinding? Not even 50,000. That's actually kind of shocking. I thought for sure we'd have a fair amount more. Because the guy was giving about $500 every time I beat him. And I thought I fought him a lot. Alright. Can we get past Scrub? I would love to catch Hitmontop, but gonna be honest, Hitmontop, the chance to catch him is booty cheeks. It's not good. It's not good. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try. But realistically, I'm only gonna be able to throw like a maximum of maybe 2 Ultra Balls, and then that's gonna be it. What's your Twitch, by the way? I'm losing my mind with YouTube at the moment. It's Flatro44, Flatro 44. You can also say Flatro. Doesn't matter. It's a word I made up when I was a kid. So. Alright. Alright. What's this guy have to say? Oh, Rui, Egan's in a heap of trouble. What shall we do? What shall we do? Egan might be the mythical trainer, but he's pushing his luck if he thinks he can battle at his age. Now, there is a chance. There is a chance that Egon can win this fight. Alright, see you on Twitch and best of luck. No problem, thank you so much. So, there's a chance that Egan actually wins this fight. I don't remember what the full odds are. I think it's like 1 in 4,000, 5,000, something like that. I have to look it up. Someone calculated the odds, and they were like trying to fish for it, but it would be hilarious if we saw it. I think what has to happen is the Pikachu has to get static off, and then it has to be paralyzed like a whole bunch of turns in a row. But we could see it. It would be so awesome if we saw it. Alright, I think this is a good lead choice. Let's go for it. You, who are you? What are you doing here? Although you may ask why we are here, we simply cannot answer that. I can see that you are a senior citizen, but I cannot allow you to interfere with our affairs. You're the ones interfering. Shady creeps like you, I'll personally run out. Ha, now, someone so old shouldn't overdo it. Don't take me for a fool. I'll have you know I was once hailed the most powerful trainer. I don't think that's true. I think the dementia might be setting in. That isn't all either. I have a comrade with whom I've been through thick and thin. Egan the old goat. Yeah, it's true art. This is the first Pokemon I got, and it's been with me ever since. Okay, Pikachu, we haven't battled this much in a while. Let's keep focused. Egan, these made-up names. There's all sorts of weird names in this game. Like, this guy's name is Scrub. I'm hoping he lives up to that name when I fight him, but he probably won't. His team, or really his Hitmontop, is just so good. Alright, let's see it. Come on, Pikachu. Go for it. You just need to get static proc here. Come on. No crit. Static. Static. Okay, I think it's over. Oh man, he got the crit too. Yeah, he can win this fight, but it's very rare, and it did not happen in this run. I guess Egan's Nuzlocke is over, unfortunately. Didn't I already say an old man shouldn't overdo it? Grandpa Pikachu, Bigga, how dare you? You'll never get away with this. Ah, now there's someone who may show me a more enjoyable time. Very well, on guard. Geodude and why not? So that's interesting. I learned something today. I thought he always led with Hitmontop. Okay, well I can get Reflect up now. Oop. Almost dropped that. I can get Reflect up. Unfortunately, because Why Not's on the field, I cannot swap, which sucks. Yeah, I think this is the best play. Unless, do you think it's better? Because I could probably... Yeah, Vernai, Shadow Tag is Why Not's ability. You can't swap. Like, watch what happens when I try to swap. Hold on, let me go to Espeon. Why Not's Shadow Tag prevents Espeon from switching it. So I can't swap. Have you been checking opponents' movesets? For the most part, no. I just kind of coast off of memory. Sometimes I look it up. I know that Geodude has Rock Throw and Magnitude and all that such. I'm just trying to think if this is the best play. Reflect plus Bubble Beam, like, you would get Reflect up, which is big. As long as it doesn't crit you, you're good. And Bubble Beam definitely kills Geodude. I could alternatively click Psybeam, which would also kill Geodude, and then hit Hitmontop with Bubble Beam on the switch in if it goes to Hitmontop. Both of those are interesting options. But I think Reflect and then Bubble Beam is probably better. Yeah, Reflect is great. Yeah, I mean, as long as I don't get crit. That's always a possibility. Alright, let's go for it. Geodude should go down, obviously. I mean, you could really use Bubble and it probably would die. And there's Hitmontop. Air Coat. Doesn't matter. Okay. So I do believe that Hitmontop survives Confusion no matter what. Unless it crits. Or if I confuse it and it hits itself in Confusion, I guess there's also a chance it would kill itself there too. But I think this is the best chance we're going to have. If we're even going to make an attempt to catch this thing, I think this is the best chance to have, is just to use Confusion on it, risk the crit, risk the Confusion. We could just kill it, honestly, with Psybeam, but I don't want to do that. I do want to try to catch it. So we're going to use the Ultra Balls we got. Let's see. I think we have like maybe a 10% chance to catch it with this ball, so it's probably not going to happen. Yeah, it did not happen. Alright, let's see it, Espeon. Don't crit. Oh, wow. I might have been able to go for Psybeam there. Focus Energy. Yeah, that's scary. I don't know if I want to risk this, though. With Focus Energy, it now has a 1 in 8 chance to crit. Which is not good at all. Oh, man. Now I wish I led with Plusle, because I would have had Encore. Dang, man. Hitmontop is a good Pokemon. I do know that. But I don't know if it's worth risking a crit. 1 in 8, that's a big chance to lose the run. Yeah. I'm gonna throw an Ultra Ball at it. And if it doesn't catch, I think I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna have to do. Man, if I led with Plusle, I could have Encore locked it into Focus Energy. God dang. I thought Mantine would be the best. Because I thought he would lead with Hitmontop guaranteed. And I didn't think that I would be able to live with a Plusle, at least not reliably. So it all rides on whatever this chance is. Probably like a little bit over 20%, I would say, like maybe 22 or 23%. Let's hope for it. Think of all the times I've been paralyzed. Fully paralyzed. Let's see if we have that luck. Everyone thought for a second, but no. It's fine. Hitmontop, it's a good Pokemon. It's just not worth risking this. I'd rather it die than the run die. Alright, now we just have to be very careful with taking this thing out. If Hitmontop always uses Focus Energy, then the Plusle play would have worked. Yeah, it doesn't always go Focus Energy, though. I think the reason it went Focus Energy, I think the only reason it did that is because I used Reflect. But the AI has random leads, so it's not guaranteed what you're gonna face whenever you fight Scrub. So if he leads with Hitmontop, the problem is you won't get Reflect up fast enough, and then it's going to go for Shadow Rush, and if it crits, you're dead, right? So I went with Mantine because I figured, right, if it's Geodude and Hitmontop, this would be the best lead. I got Geodude right, didn't get Hitmontop right. Because Plusle is pretty much not able to do a lot in that situation if like Hitmontop and Geodude are on the field. I basically have to have Espeon kill Geodude or else Geodude could kill Plusle. And then Plusle, I guess, would have to go for either Spark, hope for a Paralysis, or I could Growl it, you know? There really wasn't any, like, 100% correct play here, though. But the correct play right now is to try and weaken Why Not by having it hit itself in Confusion, and wow, we are getting really bad luck with Confusion. And then I'm gonna have to try to go for the kill. When it's like, probably... What is going on? What is going on? Supersonic, do you ever want to connect? Thank you. How much damage does it do to itself? That's what we need to find out. I'm gonna need you to hit yourself in Confusion a couple of times, why not? This is some really bad luck that's going on. I have been on the wrong side of a 50-50 chance for so many turns. It's actually incredible. Come on, why not? Hit yourself at least a couple of times. Oh, that does nothing. Oof. So, I think with double battles, if I'm not mistaken, when two Pokemon attack, it doesn't like stack when it uses Mirror Coat. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So I think we would be okay if we double attacked into it. It wouldn't like just like add up the damage. I don't think it would. It should not, yeah. I don't think it does. I don't really want to pull out damage calcs. I really don't. It has been using Mirror Coat like every turn. I don't think it's used counter a single time. So if that trend continues, let's just go Shadow Rush and see how much this does. Mantine doesn't have a lot of attacks, so even if it crits, it's not going to do that much. Alright. And it's also confused, so it also can hit itself. That's good. Okay. Let's wait for confusion to wear off. Then I'll reapply it and go for that again. It's still using Mirror Coat. It has pretty much exclusively used Mirror Coat on Espeon every time. Almost exclusively. Yeah, okay. Then in that case, I think we'll be okay to just attack. The Espeon says the AI says Espeon is a threat. I mean, it is a threat. It's not much of a threat here because it only knows psychic moves, but alright. Just carefully, slowly take it down. Slowly but surely. Don't want to make any bad moves. And then I think we can just go for the double attack now. Why not Helping Hand Mantine? You know, that would be what a smart trainer would do. It's fine. And then I think at this point, even if it does get like Mirror Coat off, it wouldn't kill at that health range. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, there was a lot of like lead options I was thinking of going for. Like Skip Bloom was another one I was thinking of because of Sleep Powder, but obviously that's 75 accurate. So it might not work, right? Plusle would have been good if I could Encore Lock it into Focus Energy, but there was no guarantee it would do that. There's all sort of, you know, what if scenarios, but I forgot Helping Hand was there. Yeah, I mean that would have been what a smart trainer would do, is use Helping Hand. I had been instructed to capture Celebi, then destroy the Relic Stone, but matters have not gone according to plan. I shall have to immediately inform Dacum, who has gone to Mount Battle. Thank you for telling me where you went, by the way, before you left. That's very nice of you. Grandpa, are you okay? I'm fine, but my partner... you're safe. Good, good. You battled with honor. If your opponent was any ordinary Pokemon, you would have won. So that was a Shadow Pokemon. I don't think that's true. Something tells me, if that Hitmontop wasn't a Shadow Pokemon, I think most of the time it still would have won. Rui and Wes, am I right? Thank you for helping us. We should go home for the time being. You You really had me worried. Please don't do anything so rash and dangerous again. I'm sorry, dear, but I couldn't very well let them have their way. Those crooks, they said they were out to capture Celebi and destroy the Relic Stone. Why? Might there be a connection between Celebi and Shadow Pokemon? Oh no, that's no good. We came here because we thought you would know something, Grandpa. Sorry to disappoint you. Oh yes, dear, didn't we have a stone tablet? It had something about the relic carved into it. Ah yes, we did have such a stone tablet. Now where could I have put it away? Let me go look for it upstairs. It may take time, so please be patient. While she's looking, you might try gathering more information on Celebi, Rui. Go see an old man named Senelor. He lives... What are these names? He lives near the Pokemart down the hill. Senelor is the authority when it comes to Celebi. That is, if he remembers. Why is Pikachu making Biga noises? Why? Isn't it Pika? That's how it's supposed to sound. It's Pika, right? I think that Pikachu's defective. Is this the guy? You're Egan's beloved Torchic. No wait, who did you say you were? What's that? You wanted to ask me, Senelor, about Celebi? Have no fear, no problem. Forget something that important? That's not gonna happen. Let me start with the relic in the Relic Forest. According to ancient lore, the relic is said to hold the power of time travel for Celebi. I cannot speak. That mystical power, not mythical power, is said to revive the most pleasant, most enjoyable memories of Pokemon. If only it worked on me and brought back memories of my youth. Would you like to hear more? Not particularly. He speaks the dialect that he's from Org. Yeah, they all are a little weird. I don't think there's a single normal name in this game. The Pokemon have more normal names than the humans. Can I get another berry from the guy? Alright, the cherry berry, get out of the way. Let's go visit the guy, see if they found whatever they were looking for. Ah, Rui, welcome home. I finally found the small tablet. That is a small tablet that has been passed down through our family over many generations. Examine it. Wes obtained the small tablet. There are words carved into the small tablet. Wes read the words. In Agate's mystic relic, Celebi's power shelters. A heart imprisoned by shadows, its last door shall be opened by the power within. The relic must have some effect on shadow Pokemon. I will leave that for you to determine for yourselves. Rui needs to stop being in the way all the time. Alright, it might be duking with some news. Quick, let's check it out. Why do we have to walk back here to open the mail? Oh, that's not the email. Emergency! Wes, we've got big trouble. I just got word from our people that Mount Battle's under attack by a mysterious group of thugs. Please, can you go help? We think it's the same group as the one Mirror B belonged to. We're counting on you. Nice. What? Those crooks are loose on Mount Battle now? That's awful. We can't let this go on. Wes, let's go. Oh wait, Grandpa, where is Mount Battle anyway? Mount Battle's to the northeast, so you can see it in the distance once you leave the village. Hurry, Rui. Who's worse, Rui or Chobi? Well, considering the fact Rui lasts the whole game, and she's just an obstacle more than she's a help. What is she doing? What is she doing? Rui can't even walk downstairs properly. Alright. By the way, can you show the team and their moves? I have a small brain. You don't have a small brain. It's okay. I can show you them. So currently, I actually like Rui. She's fine as a character, but just like the collision aspect is just really annoying because you always have to battle pushing her out of the way anytime you want to like go backwards or something. So yeah, I got, for the most part, I got rid of Return on Espeon. I know it kind of seems weird to have two special attacks, but, or two psychic special attacks, but the big thing is, I thought Hitmontop would die to Psybeam. I guess it didn't. So I could have used Psybeam. Didn't think that I would be able to do that. So that's why I wanted to run Confusion for that fight. Yeah, and Reflect's always nice. It can't save you from a crit, but it's still a good move to have. Mantine. Right now, this is the moveset. When we Purify it, I believe Shadow Rush becomes Wing Attack. So it's a really bad moveset, honestly, but it's okay for right now. Plusle, we have Spark and Thunder for attacks, and then Growl and Encore for support. Growl's pretty good because it hits both Pokemon in double battle, so that's why I wanted to keep that. Misdreavus really not like going to be on the team long. This Misdreavus is pretty bad. But it's got Shadow Ball, which is nice, although it's physical in this generation, so it doesn't make use of its better special attack stat. You got Quagsire, Surf. Sounds like a great move, but in Gen 3, spread moves are not very good. They do half their power when hitting multiple targets, as opposed to in more current day Pokemon games, it's 75% of the damage. And same thing with Crocodile. I believe when they get purified, I think Quagsire is Mud Shot and Crocodile gets Rain Dance. Alright, the spread damage was awful here. Yes, it's weird because like Earthquake doesn't have that damage reduction. If it attacks everybody on the field, if it targets everyone, the damage reduction doesn't happen. But if it only attacks the opposing side of the field, then it's halved. And obviously, if there's only one Pokemon on the field, then that means it hits at full power. Who can I purify at the moment? That's a good starting point, because I'm about to do that. Quagsire cannot be purified yet. It's Furret. I should probably look at them before I actually put them on my team. Furret's good. Dunsparce. Skiploom. Okay, that looks like it. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I forgot some of this. Was it from Gen 4 or 5 onward when Surf and such hits everyone? Gen 4 is when Surf hits everybody, but Gen 3, it only hits the opposing side. Yeah. Alright, so let's go purify all these guys. I also have neglected updating the current team. Obviously, when I fought Scrub, I didn't have Furret and Dunsparce, but honestly, no one else got used except Espeon and Mantine, so it's not that big of a deal. And I will update the team. Oh, also they're in Hyper Mode. Well, I'll have to fix that in a second. I'll update the team once I'm done purifying everybody. Mantine opened the door to its heart, regained the move Wing Attack, gained a bunch of XP, got to level 34, and got a ribbon. What do we want to name Mantine? Was Mantine a male or female? Did anyone pay attention? I don't... You know what, I can... Hold on. The male or female? It's a female. Okay. If it was a male, I was going to name it Man Ray. Oh no, names are hard. Yeah. Trying to think of some kind of dumb pun I can make off of this. I mean, you could obviously do woman, but that seems stupid. Hi, Skyla. We can name it Skyla, that's good. We'll do all caps, like the good old days of Pokemon. I like that. Alright. Now, Crocodile, I have a great name for. Now, sadly, it works better if it was a Totodile. It would have worked way better if it was Totodile, but I'm still going to name it. Rain Dance, gained a bunch of XP, got to 31. Okay. And now it's going to be for Alligator. Look at him! Congratulations, your Crocodile evolved into Feraligatr. And we get a ribbon. Look at our chonky boy, yeah. Alright, so the reason I'm naming it this, pretty simple. Totodile, Crocodile, Feraligatr, they're my favorite Pokemon of all time. And every time, a tradition as old as time, I always name it Gotodile. Oops. He is the goat. Gotodile. Alright, we can't purify anything that's in hyper mode, so I'll have to go take care of that later. Great build different. I think... Is it Gen 3 that he has, like, the back sprite where he's cheeked up? Or it looks like he's cheeked up? It's actually supposed to be a scale, but... I think it's Gen 3. You got that. Yeah, absolutely. There's Jumpluff. Funnily enough, Jumpluff is my third favorite Pokemon of all time. I love Jumpluff. Look at how adorable this thing is. Oh, I missed the old back sprites, yeah. Alright, Jumpluff. This one I'm also gonna name. I'm taking away name privileges from everybody. Tough Puff. There we go. Big. Big and strong lad. Alright, I need to snap everybody out of hyper mode before I can get all that done. Thankfully, we can snap them out of hyper mode just by putting them in the daycare, so that's pretty good. Let me put Quagsire in the party too. Maybe me walking around to and from the daycare might be enough to just get that last bit of heart gauge done. I named my Jumpluff Pompsy. It's a cute nonsense word in Finnish. That's cute. I like that. Because he does kind of have, like, the dandelions kind of look like pom-poms. I like the name. That's good. Very cute Pokemon. And honestly, a very underrated Pokemon, too. Like, unironically, Jumpluff is a better Pokemon than Meganium in, the Johto games. Unironically. Alright, so... let's put everyone in here. Jumpluff is a good setup. It is. Oh, was this back in the day where you... oh, wait, no. No, because breeding existed in Gen 2. I was about to say this. I don't know. I was about to say something stupid. Never mind. Alright. Evice. It's kind of sad that, you know, they're not doing me any service. I'm literally just putting them in here and taking it out, and they're still charging me $100. They're holding my Pokemon at ransom. I've been meaning to build a TCG deck around a Jump Bluff card that has an ability to attack twice in the same turn. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I don't know how like the TCG translates to like how good like Pokemon are in the games, but I know Jump Bluff. It is unfortunately, I believe, an untiered Pokemon in competitive. At least in singles. I think in VGC it does have like some niche, but it's pretty much outclassed by Amoonguss whenever it's available, so yeah. That's the only tragic thing. It's a pretty rare ability to have, and you can abuse it in a few fun ways. So it's like gimmicky, because that's kind of on brand for Jump Bluff. I remember I did like in Brilliant Diamond I did like the Battle Tower, and I had a team of Feraligatr, Jump Bluff, and Cresselia, I think, were the 3 Pokemon I brought. And I think I got to like a 70 win streak with that team. It was really fun. Jump Bluff was like the lead, or like Focus Sash, and then I had like Cotton Spore, Leech Seed, Encore. I forget what the other move was. It might have been Sleep Powder, I don't know. But it was very fun. Alright, so everyone's out of Hyper Mode, right? Yep. And then Quagsire needs like an inch more of the heart gauge to move. So I might have to run around for a little bit. But they'll get there eventually. Let me pick up this file. I don't want it to be just laying here. I don't... Let me walk around. Well, I guess it glows green when the heart gauge is all the way down, so it'll tell me when Quagsire is ready. Once I purify everybody. Let's just get everyone else done first. Alright, everyone think of names for Misdreavus. Female Misdreavus. Speaking of TCG, did you see that Team Rocket is coming back in the next set? Oh, shoot. Team Rocket is blasting off again. Oh yeah, scalping is horrible. I saw like 2 videos of like people being like caught scalping. Like yeah, you know, they go in really early to like the machines you can buy them from. It's sad, man. It's so sad. Anyway, what should we name Misdreavus? It is a female. We could do the classic, you know. You know what it's gonna be. But I think that's lame. It does kind of have like a pearl necklace on. We could name it Pearl. Kind of like that. Alright, let's go for Dunsparce. Absolute legend. I love Dunsparce. It's so freaking funny. Real cute. Makes me think of Ace Attorney. God, I love Dunsparce so much. Look at him. His little wings that don't even let him fly. It's so cute. Very old, very wise. Doug Dimosparce. Doug Dimosparce. I wish that could fit, but that is such a good name now. There's no way I'm not naming it Dimosparce. I really wish I could fit the whole goddamn thing. Here, we'll do 1M. Doug Dimosparce. God, that is legendary. These stupid 10 character limits. That's great. I love that. Alright, Furret. The Pokemon I could have had as a shiny if I had Pokeballs back in Gen 2. Oh, you realize Iron Tail, okay. Obtain a ribbon. Alright. Furret, what do we name you? Let's name you Scout. I think Sentret is actually the Scout Pokemon, but I don't care. He can walk. Alright, and then I need Quagsire. So it should glow green whenever Quagsire gets done. I just have to be next to it. Come on, Quagsire. Feel the love. I'd start singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight, but I would probably get DMCA'd. Phenomenal gameplay we got going around here. All you have to do to make someone love you is just walk around. That's it. Walk around with them. It's that simple. Quagsire, the bar was like a millimeter away from being done. There's no way it's taking this long. Do I have to like walk away from it and walk back? No. No, it's still just not there. Quagsire is not feeling love tonight. Quagsire, after all we've been through, you're gonna be like this? Come on, man. This is astonishing. There we go. Thank you, Quagsire. Now you can join the rest of the team, being purified and being able to regain experience. Alright, Quagsire opened the door to its heart, regained the move Mudshot. Leveled up. Alright. What do we call him? God, he is built like a bowling pin. Tom. Tom Quagsire. Was he a male? I didn't even pay attention. I gotta double check if he was a male or not. Tommy Cat. What is going on? Hold on. I'm trying to rewind the footage, see if it was male or not. What is going on? Oh, it is stuttering a lot. It's a female. Do we still want to name it Tommy Cash or Tom knowing that it is a female? Because I'll name it that. Her name can be whatever we want. Yeah, names are very hard though. I didn't really think about the whole naming thing. And especially having to think of a bunch of names at once, it's not great. I'm trying to think of like a great name for just like what she looks like. My brain isn't working. It's like 2 a.m. Ah. You know what? It's big brain. Big brain has entered the team. 2 a.m. It's 8 p.m. where I'm at. God dang. She looks like a big brain. Absolutely. Phenomenal. A specimen. Alright. So now I gotta update what the team is, because I have been doing a horrible job of doing that today. Alright, so we have to prepare for Mount Battle next. That's going to be Dakim, and he pretty much has like a bunch of Pokemon that are weak to water. I think Matang might be the only Pokemon he has that actually isn't weak to water. So I'm going to kind of go for a rain team. We have for Alligator, who knows Rain Dance, which is big. I'm in Europe, need to work tomorrow, but Insomnia's a bitch. Damn, that sucks, man. Yeah, I mean, my sleep schedule is terrible as well. I stay up until unholy hours these days. It's pretty tragic. Definitely want these three. Remoraid would take a long time to level up. I guess we'll keep Dunsparce. Dunsparce is fine. But due to work training, I need to wake up early for first shift work and the second shift work. Oof. Dang, man. I'll keep Plusle on the team. Plusle's a fun Pokemon. Trying to think if I would use any of these Shadow Pokemon. Meditite could get used with Pure Power, so I might have it in the party just to kind of get the heart gauge down as we go. How close is it? I haven't used it a single time. Unfortunate. Alright, let me update the team now, because we have a lot of new Pokemon here. First, I need to get more images. Second. I don't care. Getting yelled at by my computer. Well, where did it save it to? My jump kick on Medichain was so good, but super risky. I probably won't be using that. But definitely with it having pure power, that is way more attack than you're going to have on any other Pokemon. Alright. There we go. And then we size this. A little bit big. Perfect. Looks good. Okay, and then Dunsparce is still on the team, and Plusle still on the team. Fine, yeah. Okay. So now we, according to this, I have Feraligatr and Crocodile. Not true. Let's change this to be Quagsire. There he is. The guy. Okay. And for it. Meditite. Alright. Meditite still looks pretty big. What the heck? Alright, let me shrink it down even more then, I guess. Try like that maybe? Okay, now he has to be shifted over. That doesn't look straight. Okay. Being a little bit particular with this. I'm moving it. Okay. That look good? I guess that's as close as it's gonna get. Alright. Is that everybody? Feraligatr, Quagsire, Meditite, Dunsparce, Mantine, Plusle. Yes, perfect. Okay, there we go. We're good. Alright, that's probably going to be the team I'm going to use for Dakim. All these guys. So now the only thing to do is everyone's favorite word, grind. I'm gonna get a berry from this person first. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out if this guy who gives you berries is... I don't know if it's time-based or if it's step-based. I'm not sure. Oh, a lumberry. That's exactly the kind of berry I want. I'm gonna need a lot of those, probably at least 5 throughout the whole game. But we might make a rule. I might just add berries into the game, because regardless of whether the old man gives you a berry every couple of minutes or every couple of steps, you can basically get an infinite amount of them, right? So I think no one would hold it against me if just to save time instead of waiting by him for all the berries that he gives. to just give me however many I need. Anyway, let's go ahead and put the Macho Brace on. Okay. I think right now it's more important that I get Mantine in here. Because probably the lead choices for the Dakim fight are going to be Feraligatr and Mantine. I'm pretty sure Dakim always leads with Metang, but the other lead is random. It's just never Entei. Pretty sure that's how it works. Grinding, let's go! Woo! My favorite. I don't know, what's is Surf better? I don't know. I think it would be about the same as Bite, honestly. Now the sad part is that Mantine is in a very slow experience group. Oh, nice crit. Wow, even with the crit it did that. Wow, that's sad. That is sad. Entei's last every time I've seen the battle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's scripted to be last. Yeah. But I believe Metang is a guaranteed lead. And then I think the rest of his team is like, I know he has like Camerupt. I think he's got one other Pokemon. Marshtomp. I think it's Marshtomp. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So pretty much none of his Pokemon resist water. So the goal is I'm going to Rain Dance on turn 1 with Feraligatr, and then have Mantine probably Bubble Beam whoever the biggest threat is on the field. And then it's just going to be Surf, Bubble Beam every turn. And that should be enough to kill everything. I'm not using legendaries, so Entei is not going to be caught. Even if I did catch it, I wouldn't be able to use it, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill it. That makes it much easier, yeah. It is a really hard Pokemon to catch, but it's a good thing I'm not catching it. I will say this, I'm kind of open to the idea that if, and it's a big if, massive if I manage to beat this game with hardcore Nuzlocke rules, like completely deathless, I think I might try to actually do the entirety of Mount Battle with whatever team made it all the way. I might try to do Mount Battle all 100, just as like a little bonus. And obviously it's not going to count. I'm not going to be playing by Nuzlocke rules for that, but I just want to use my team all the way and see if they can go the distance. Aim for Ho-Oh. We'll see about that. Now that would require me to run around for 1,000 years until all of my shadow Pokemon are purified. And that, I don't know. That's a long time. We'll see. I have actually never gotten Ho-Oh from Pokemon Colosseum. Because I didn't know that you had to do, I didn't know you had to do Mount Battle from, like, the title screen. I thought you just had to do it in, like, in the game. And that is not how it works. You have to, like, do it from the title screen and go all the way. It's a bit of work for sure. Yeah, it's more than a bit of work. You only get 3 time flutes. So, preferably, you'd use the time flutes on the legendaries. And then you'd have to just go ahead and grind the rest of them. And some of them take really long. Especially like Tyranitar and Metagross. Yeah, it's a problem. But we'll see. Oh, whoops. I need to reorder my moves. Can I? You can't do it. Yeah, you can't. It doesn't look like you can do it, like you can in, the Game Boy games. Because you used to just be able to, like, I think click select and then move them wherever, but it doesn't look like you can do that. Select button did move them, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like it works in this one, though. I'm pressing it. Unless my select button's broken. Maybe it is. Well, grinding with Alligator and Mantine is not great when both of the Pokemon he has are water type. There reminds me of a video I've seen of someone getting all Gen 3 Pokemon using Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, Colosseum XD, Fire Red, and Leaf Green to get them. Oh, shoot. That is a lot of effort. Holy crap. I remember seeing a video of someone finding out a way to transfer, like, do a trade successfully between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3 games. Because until Virtual Console came out, and you could use, what was it called? Pokemon Transporter or whatever, and Pokemon Bank, the two of them. Until that came out, there was no way to get Pokemon to transfer from Gen 2 onward. So if someone actually managed to do that, that was pretty cool. That was a childhood dream. I even got the freaking Pokemon channel just to get Jirachi. Oh, heck yeah. That's real dedication. I just said I have to reorder my moves, and then I didn't do it. That's great. Oh, Sky Attack got this, or not Sky Attack, Wing Attack. Never completed the Dex as a kid though. I've never completed the Dex ever. Never done it. Mainly because like a lot of them require trading and swing attack. Like a lot of the Pokemon require trading, and it's just a hassle. The link cable that I have, it's so bad. Like, you have to, like, maneuver the Game Boys around until eventually the cable works. It's so weird. I don't know what's wrong with that cable. It's cursed. It's so bad though. There's like a specific position that you have to have the Game Boys in, and then you can do trades between them. I keep forgetting Wing Attack is disabled. Yeah, it's bad. And the worst part is, when eventually you do, like, the stars align and the cable works and the Game Boys are connected, if the Game Boy even so much as moves a nanometer, you lose connection. It's over. You gotta do it again. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with that link cable. I remember bringing it to school one day to try to trade with somebody. I forget what the heck we were trading. I think we were doing like something in Gen 1. And we spent like the entire lunch period just we looked like madmen. We were like moving our Game Boys around to try to get the connection. It was so bad. Why do I keep saying that I gotta reorder my moves and then I don't do it? I keep talking about something else and then I forget. We traveled with a friend to get some event Pokemon in Gen 4. Oh shoot. Which one was it? It was like Shaman or Arceus? The Shaman event was really cool, and in Gen 4, there was that really awesome glitch that was risky to do, but it was so cool if you could pull it off. It was like where you go on the bike, and you like really quick go back and forth, and then it breaks the game, and you're able to go into like the void. And if you travel like, I don't know how many thousand steps it is, but if you travel like a certain amount of steps, you can like get to the Shaman trigger. It's so cool. I don't remember if you can do that for every legendary. Probably can't, because I think Arceus is like some crazy event that happens at like Temporal Tower. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, void warping, yeah. Never heard of that. It's a really cool glitch. I think look up like Pokemon Platinum tweaking. I think that's what they call it when they do the trick with the bike. Because basically it like confuses the game and puts you in a state where you're like kind of in between map loads, and you're just able to enter the void because nothing's loaded in. I think after I get through Nuzlocking all my games, I'm going to aim for a full home living deck. Oh my god. That's going to be some dedication, especially if you're not using like, you know, the global trade system or wonder trading. That's going to be a lot. Alright. I didn't forget this time. I'm reordering the moves. Thank you for remember to move them. Yes. I remembered this time. I'll probably get rid of Scary Face at some point, but it's fine. Okay. Man, this moveset is awful. Holy crap. There we go. Alright, there we go. Do like one more battle, then I'll go heal up. I'll probably stop for the night pretty soon. We'll save all the fun grinding times for later. But this was a pretty good stream overall. I'm glad we got through Scrub, because Scrub is usually really difficult. Like, him having a level 38 Pokemon, and at this point in the game you only have 3 Pokemon that even can level up. It's crazy. It's a massive jump. And a why not, yes, and a why not. Yeah. I would have loved to catch that Hitmontop, but it's just too risky to try. Like, Intimidate is a phenomenal ability in this game, but I don't really know if Hitmontop would get used that much, because outside of being like a pivot, he really doesn't do much when he's on the field. Because unless you want to teach Brick Break to him, which you could do, and that's not like, you know, the worst thing in the world. But unless you want to teach Brick Break to him, the best fighting type move he has is Triple Kick, which only is like a 72% chance to hit all 3 times. Great, love that for me. So it's just, I don't know, it's just very poor as an actual offensive Pokemon. It could be worse. I could aim for a full living shiny Dex. Oh my goodness. That would be hell. That would be hell on earth. Now, you know what would be the absolute worst hell? Going through Pokemon Colosseum and trying to get all of the Pokemon to be shiny. That would be even worse. Because I'm pretty sure when you do that, if you transfer them to another game, I believe they can actually lose their shiny status. I think that's true. I've seen a challenge video. Oh, where they caught all the shinies? I think they used RNG manipulation though. Which is fine, I don't have a problem with that, but yeah, I figured. But I do think if you transfer from Colosseum to an actual mainline game, that they actually can lose their shiny status. I think that is true. And it's pretty tragic that that's the case. I forget why it is. I remember there being like some massive technical explanation for it that over my head, but alright, I think I'll battle this guy until I have to heal again. I don't remember either. Yeah, I don't remember. Even if I did remember, I highly doubt I would be able to convey it to anyone and have them understand, because I honestly didn't fully understand myself. Pokemon Colosseum is like one of the only Pokemon games I have not encountered a shiny in too. I've encountered a shiny in a lot of Pokemon games. And then the only ones I haven't, you know, Tom Fox was spending days trying to shiny hunt the Shadow Quagsire in this game. Oh my god. You really wanted the pinkish purple blob man that much? God dang. Oh, you know it's a crazy shiny hunt? You know what's a crazy shiny hunt? It's Pokemon Battle Revolution. There's outfits that some of like the boss trainers can have. Like there's like one guy who has like a Groudon outfit, and then one that has you know, Kyogre, one that's I think Pachirisu or something. There's actually shiny variants of those outfits that has the exact same chance as a shiny Pokemon, but you have to complete the tournament in order to even see if you're going to get a shiny variant of it. So you have to do like however many it was. I don't remember. Was it like 4 battles in Battle Revolution? Like, I think you have to do like 4 battles in a row, get to the boss trainer, and then they have like a 1 in 8,000 192 chance of having a shiny version of the outfit. But in order to see it, you have to complete the cup. Yeah, they would have like one of them wore like a Kyogre, so it would be a shiny Kyogre, right? It would be like a pink Kyogre outfit, right? Or like for Groudon, it'd be like, you know, that is Groudon shiny Groudon yellow or green? I can't remember. It's one of the two. Whatever color shiny Groudon is, it would be that. I remember, I think it's Absol Blogs Pokemon. I think that's the channel name. He actually hunted for it and he succeeded. I forget which outfit he got. What's worse is that if you beat them with the regular outfit, you can never see the shiny version. You're correct. Yes. So you have to get all the way there. If it's shiny, you have to beat them. If it's not shiny, you have to lose and start over. And it's a crazy grind. I forget how long it takes. I think the expected time is probably... That's probably like close to 200 hours on average to shiny hunt for that thing. Assuming it takes you like 8,192 times to get it, then yeah, it'd probably be about frickin' 200 hours worth of just running through it. The only benefit is that you can use your Gen 4 Pokemon to do the runs instead of rental. Yes. I remember doing that all the time. Pokemon Battle Revolution was awesome. Nice crit, Mantine. Love to see that. I think Pokemon Battle Revolution, I think, came out before Heart Gold Soul Silver too, and I thought it was really cool when they still had like compatibility with those games despite that, which was really awesome. I think it came out before Heart Gold Soul Silver, but it was still compatible with them. I love the rentals too, though. It was an added challenge to play with them. Yeah, it's honestly like Pokemon Stadium, right? Although Pokemon Stadium's rentals are absolute ass. Whoever designed them, diabolical. Diabolical. They're terrible. But Pokemon Battle Revolution, they actually gave you like good type coverage, and the Pokemon themselves were solid. Like, they weren't great either, right? They had some weird moves on their moveset, but... And you can get a free Magmortar and Electivire from it, yeah. Even though Gen 2 and 3 are my favorite, like, Pokemon games to always play and go back to, Gen 4 will always hold a special place in my heart, because I feel like Gen 4, at least for me, it was like the era where all of my friends were playing Pokemon, and it was like this glorious golden age where we just were able to talk about it, battle in it, share experiences with it. It was such a great era, Gen 4 for me. And Battle Revolution was just such a fun time. Oh, and the Pokewalker too. The Pokewalker from Heart Gold Soul Silver, so fun. Like going to school with this stupid little device and showing, like, being like 12 or 13 years old, just show, like, look, it's my Totodile that I brought. So funny. And you could keep trading for better rentals in that one place. Oh yeah, the like one of the first Colosseum things that's unlocked. I don't remember what cup it is. But yeah, that was so fun. It was pretty much just like how the battle tower works in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Like there's like the one facility where you can like do like rentals as well, and then when you beat a trainer you can take one of their Pokemon. I love watching Worster. He's a speedrunner who does a bunch of different Pokemon games, but I think primarily he focuses on Gen 4 as of late. And it is so fun watching some of the crazy shenanigans that happens to him in the battle tower. Because he knows way more about the game than I do. I think I know a fair amount about Pokemon, but compared to Worster, he knows everything. Like, it's insane. And yet there's still stuff that happens to him that he's never seen before. And it's always funny to see it. If you ever feel bad about your luck, just watch one of his highlights of getting screwed over by RNG. So here's a question to ask: how would you use the Pokewalker in a Nuzlocke? I don't know, because I guess the Pokewalker would be fine to use in a Nuzlocke, right? Because it doesn't like. Doesn't do anything game breaking, does it? Like, I think you can battle Pokemon with it. Pretty sure you could. And I think it levels up too based on how much you walk. I think it would be fine. Unless you're asking like how you would do a Nuzlocke using the Pokewalker. I have no idea. I don't remember all of the ins and outs of the Pokemon. It has been so long since I don't even know if I still have it. You know what the sad thing would be if I do still have it, and there's still a Pokemon that has been stuck there for the last, 10 plus years because I forgot about it and left it in the Pokewalker. This little man to grow up as a girl and love games so much, but luckily found friends who loved it too. That's the best kind of friends to have. It's just friends that share the same hobbies and can nerd out to the same stuff that you do. God, it was such great times though. I think Gen 4 was probably my favorite, like, overall, like, era for, like, just Pokemon with friends and such. Gen 6 was probably my favorite for competitive. I actually got really into Gen 6 competitive. Never went to, like, a tournament or anything like that. But I learned the meta, came up with some really good sets, and just had fun with it. I would battle random people, because I think back then there was, like, the player search system or whatever. And so I would literally just like tap on everyone's profile and ask them to battle, and I would like have like you could have like a little message on your profile, and I think I said something like, if you win, I'll give you like a good Pokemon or something like that to entice people to battle with me. It was just a fun time. Imagine being trapped in the Pokewalker for life. Oh my god. I'm sure there are plenty of Pokemon that are eternally trapped in the Pokewalker because sadly, young kids eventually fell out of love and forgot about them. Also, I mean, what happens if you lose your Pokewalker, right? Because I think the Pokewalker had to be, it had to be synced to specifically, like, your game. So it couldn't, like, you couldn't, like, steal the Pokemon off of it, right? And that your only freedom comes at the cost of a 100 plus UC. That's tragic. God dang. You know, back in the good old days, video games used to be like $20. You could buy a copy. There was a time you could buy Pokemon Crystal for like $10. There was a time. Red, blue, and yellow, $10. And now, if you want any of those games on like actual official hardware, like the true cartridge, oh lord. The prices are insane. Gen 6 was great in a way too. Mega Evolutions were a fun twist back then. That's why I really liked the competitive scene in Gen 6. The only sad thing, and I'll never forgive Game Freak for it, even with this whole Legend ZA, the whole thing about, oh look, Totodile's in it and he might get a Mega Evolution. No. That doesn't make up for the fact that in Gen 6, X and Y gave Gen 1 starters a Mega. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire gave Gen 3 starters a Mega. And what generation was skipped in between? My favorite Pokemon of all time got robbed of a Mega Evolution so that Charizard could get 18 different forms? Reminds me when I worked at an old video game rental store, we would accidentally mark down games going for selling down to $5. Oh my god. That's great. I love that. That's so good. That was the only problem with Gen 6 though. I hated with Mega Evolutions, I hated that Totodile didn't get one. They gave Charizard and Mewtwo 2 Mega Evolutions. Pokemon has done Gen 2 dirty many times. It is true. Chikorita has definitely received the worst of it though. Even as someone who loves Totodile, Chikorita is definitely the most shat on Pokemon of all time, dude. Yeah, we might see one in ZA. I'm gonna hold my breath. Until I see it, I'm not gonna believe it. Alright, I think I'll do like one more battle. And then I'll call it for now. Wow, Bubble Beam does a lot. I always love Chikorita, she's an icon. I love Chikorita too. Not as much as I love Totodile, but Chikorita is always there somewhere. I just wish Chikorita had a better moveset. That's the main thing. And I wish that Johto was more forgiving to grass types. Like, it's criminal. Because Chikorita is like this bulky Pokemon, right? Great defenses. And then it doesn't have Leech Seed. Like, how in the world is that possible? It was support in a time that wasn't competitive. Like, unironically though, Meganium in competitive, like Gen 2, was actually not terrible. It was probably better than Feraligatr, honestly, which is hilarious to say, knowing Feraligator's pedigree nowadays in competitive. But there was a time where Meganium actually was better in competitive than Feraligatr. Alright, we're gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna stop for now. And Typhlosion, I think, has always been pretty good. Typhlosion with Thunder Punch, yes. Yes. Very good. That's another thing, right? Like, Feraligatr got Ice Punch, Typhlosion got Thunder Punch. Chikorita robbed again. Can't punch when all you have is legs. Imagine Meganium with Fire Punch. Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Fire Punch. Absolutely go ham. But yeah, now Meganium is just so bad in competitive. I don't think, I'd have to look it up. I don't know if it's untiered. It's probably not untiered. It's probably like in like the lowest tier though. Type coverage wasn't a thing like it is now. Yes. Although nowadays with competitive, it's all about guessing Terra types. You know, just making like insane predictions, and typically have a bunch of fairy types and psychic types and spam moves. Alrighty. Did a lot of grinding for now. I don't know. I probably will get Feraligatr, Mantine, and Quagsire to level like 40-ish, like almost 40, because the cap is 40. We can't go above that. But I'll probably get them to 40 next time, and then we'll go and fight Dakim. We do have a couple of battles we have to get through before we get to Dakim. But I think if we like stop at like level 38 or 39, that'll probably be a good place. Make sure we don't overlevel. Meganium ZU, according to Smoker. That sounds right. And I don't know how good it is in VGC. I don't really keep up with VGC all that much. But I know Meganium has not been relevant in competitive for a long time. Feraligatr is still pretty good, and Typhlosion I think has some niches. But yeah, Meganium, unfortunately not there. But maybe with ZA, if it gets a Mega Evolution, a lot of people are saying Grass Fairy. That would definitely help it a lot. Maybe we'll see Meganium rise again. Hopefully. Alrighty, but either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Renai, Art, or Carolina, whichever one you want me to call you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Whether you watch on Twitch, on YouTube, watching the VOD. And I will see you guys next time.